Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So today we're going to be doing another trading session, trying to make just around $100, maybe a little bit more, doing the scalp and recoil strategy. So what we're basically doing is we're looking for a stock that's consolidating, or if we can call a bias, whether long or short, that we look for the price move in one direction and then we hit it going the other direction. That's the recoil, waiting for it to go back. So we try to find that, and usually that happens quick. So we try to find a stock that, by looking at the ask and the bid, that is moving, 10 to 15 cents in 10 seconds or so that we get a constant recoil, and you're just in and out of these trades very, very quickly. That's basically what scalping is, and that's what we are doing on these streaming sessions. There's a lot of other videos on the channels you might want to check out. What you're looking at here is basically the prop firm training setup used by Thinkorswim, that all the prop firms will use all these custom indicators. I'll go over some of them. This is the candle range tracker. This is going to show you the range of the last 5 candles, the average range, and then what you should think about trading if you're going to go up or go down, and what the spread is. Now, obviously, we're pre-market here, so now we're about to open in 5 minutes. You have the scalp pro meter down here. When this turns blue, that means that whatever direction that price was going, the volume increased, so most likely it's going to keep going that direction. This is very helpful, besides telling you what's inside the candles at any given moment. So that's a particularly good one. Some of the ones that are going to pop up when the market opens are the ATR range, which is, you'll have the half range, which is the RV strategy, okay, high and low, and then you have the full ATR range. Well, what's the ATR? That's the average true range of any stock over a 14-day period, smoothed out on the Wilders. So you if I go over this candle and you look down here, you'll see what the average true range of Palantir is, $8.66. So basically, you divide that in 2, subtract half of it from the high to get the ATR high, and then low, and then add half of it to get the ATR for the RV strategy. And then the rest, you add the total amount from the close. Okay, so that's what that'll come up. And then you'll have the whole and half dollar lines suddenly populate, and that's going to tell us where other traders trade. They like to go in whole and half dollar, so that's a pretty important indicator. You also have the MACD crop up, which is very, very helpful. These are the EMAs, SMAs that I have on here, along with the VWAP. There's the ATR. That'll pop up, the candle range tracker. The market magnet is going to tell you which way to go. If you get used to reading it, it's very accurate most of the time. It can tell you what's about to happen. Jump on short-term moves. You'll see me call that out. Multiple chart alignment. That's what these lines are right here. So that's 5-minute chart when it's about to flip, 15-minute chart. And as you go over, we go to larger time frames. There's a 30-minute, and then over here it's telling you what I split it up, so there wasn't too many labels. What is happening on a 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4-hour chart? What do they see? People take trades at different time increments, knowing that's really important. We talked about the whole and half dollar. The MACD is based on exponential moving average crossover, a little bit different than the normal one. This is coded for scalp and recoil for scalping. So an arrow will pop up and literally tell you the direction to go. And then this is based on the relative strength index, the buy-sell oscillator. That's helpful. I like this better, but this is tells me when to get out a lot. I like to look at that. There's the scalp pro meter, so we talked about that. So all that's on here, along with some other stuff telling you that, what is the average range of these candles per day on a 1-minute chart. you want to see over 100,000 to really help you out. This is the market pulse telling you what's the overall market doing on a 5-minute time frame and a 15-minute time frame, so we can get kind of the pulse of the market. I have the news down here. That's a 1-minute chart, active trader. This is the level 2. This is the 15-minute chart, 5-minute, 10-day, 5-minute, 2-day, and then these are all 10-day, 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour when I need to use them. I am using custom scanners to trade, to see what we want to trade. Guys, I'm going to look at AMD to open just to get a look at it. It's really, really hard to call because we don't have a bias on this, I don't think. I'm swinging it. Those have been following me along. I have a swing trade on this. Oops. And the market opens in 1 minute, and I do not recommend that you trade the open for those streaming. I do have a large group of people on Zoom and streaming with me here, and you can come on any day and stream with me for free. So just put on your notification bell, and it'll ring, and make sure we're on. Everything's working correctly. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to trade or emulate, do anything that I'm doing here. So this 1-minute candle is recommended, like in the RV strategy or the open strategy, day trading volume 4. Never trade the 1-minute candle. The first 1-minute candle, you rarely see me do it. You rarely see me trade any of the first 5 to 15 minutes in here, because we're looking for consolidation in a high-low range. We have 7 seconds, guys. And then we'll get into the bias of individual stocks before we get into trading. So there's the half and whole dollars that came up. Where's our ATR? Up here and here. At least that they're showing up here. We're in the middle of it. There's our high and low. That is the 50 moving average, the 100-day simple moving average, and the 200-day. So we're kind of in the range here. Yeah, I'd be pretty afraid to trade this, actually. The more I think about it, I don't think we went to the right one to look at here. What's going on here across the board? Tesla dropped. It closed at 406. It's 398 now. MU is going up. Let's take a look at that. Because I thought that was kind of low. We might be able to get a bias on this. Look at that go, huh? Now, this is a particularly risky stock because of the way that it moves. I'm lowering down to 25 shares in case I decide it is actually really hitting the indicators here. So this could be a tremendous opportunity, or you could lose a crap load of money. So I would be really careful. I'm going to go ahead and go in if I can get into this on a dip. Wow. I tried. There I am right there. And let's see if it's going to hurt me. It's hurting me. Definitely was a risk. I knew it was a risk. Oh, man. How far do I get hurt before I get out? Hopefully you guys did not follow along with this little debacle. It's coming back. We're inside the magnet, though, although you can't really count this magnet much right now. Are people going to take profit here on this? Yeah, I think I went in a little soon on to figure out a direction here. There it goes. Yeah, I just decided to take that profit in case it tried to dip back. So the first trade was $53, but it went down well over 100 before I got that. So, and that was only 25 shares. So that was 2 points on that stock. That's why I say it's risky. It's kind of funny, actually. Now, if I had been doing 500 or 700 shares like I normally do on this, that would have been a nice, decent trade. I probably would have held it longer. But see these kind of moves? Now this is a, that's not, I don't even think that's a shadow wick. I think it actually did that. This is a very sensitive layout, but this terrifies me to trade this again with you guys, because I think what we need to do now, we did good in the beginning there. Hopefully you guys didn't hit your max loss if you jumped in with me there and lost. Remember, I recommended not doing it, so don't blame me. I got enough guilt. I grew up Catholic. So I'm looking at what else to do here. I mean, it's possible that this gives us some consolidation. Look at it all. These are all half and whole dollars. Look how it's just burning through those. I mean, you know, how much money, how many points that's moving. So, and you definitely want to do ask and bid on this, because you could be $1.50 off your entry position, you know. Yeah, I need to get away from this before you guys follow me down a very bad rabbit hole. And AMD is continuing to go down. NVIDIA is continuing. I want to be long biased. While we're waiting to pick something, let's read what we've put together. Now, this news is based on my people, and they're talking, what they do is you see what all the companies are predicting, which way the stock's going to go, what the overall market says, any news, and it was a jobs report. Yeah, a labor number. All right, let's get into the bias. So NVIDIA, it says long biased. Okay, so let's get over there. That's not what's happening. Oh, now it is. Now it's going up. I stopped real quick because let's just make sure we got, you know, right in the beginning, is you can't call anything very accurately. That's why, you know, I was stupid to take the MU trade. I was just a risky trade, but I love to take risks. Feel alive, even with 25 shares. You know. Okay, so here we go. So now they're long on NVIDIA. They're saying that that's long bias, not even a little bit long, but AMD is short or neutral. Intel's short. MU is long, which is what I went on it. Broadcom long. Qualcomm neutral. Super microcomputer volatile, short-term bearish. Oracle long. Microsoft long. Apple neutral. Apple's been going up like crazy. Amazon long. Alphabet neutral to bullish, which I'm really surprised it's not like serious bullish, but whatever. Palantir long. So yeah, I love the fact that this is consolidating here. We might have some actions on NVIDIA here, which is a fairly inexpensive stock here. Put up to 50 shares. I see crypto's still going down, but I really think it's at its bottom. I was told that like 2 days ago. But you know, nobody really knows, but the people I respect. Robinhood long, Tesla neutral. Iran is speculative, right? And that's all the ones that mostly hit the scanners that I showed you guys earlier that were here with me before we came on with all the Zoom people. So if you want to come on early, you know, that you'll get other inside news about how I do stuff. So right now we like to kind of wait to 15 minutes after market opens to try to get, so again, we're looking for a ceiling and a floor. You go short off the ceiling, long off the floor, and you just, you know, you're going back and forth like that. And if it's just going one way, you can get on it, which I was talking about earlier before I came on with everybody, and you might get lucky, but it's more luck, because you don't, unless you have definitive levels to trade off of. You know, you have a bias, and that's it at that point. So I like to have a bias, but I want levels. And if you're just going parabolic and you've broken all the levels, you don't know when that's likely to stop. So you're getting on the ride and you're making money. So as long as you can control yourself and get out, more power to you. But we were talking about consistency, making money day after day after day, whatever your goal might be, between $100 and $500 maybe. And then that's life-changing numbers at the end of the month. Life-changing. Mortgage and car payments and groceries, and that word Trump doesn't know what it means. A brand new word, groceries. Sorry. When you have so much money that you don't know what something like that, it's like, how can you relate to somebody like that? Got this gingerbread coffee this morning. It tastes pretty good. I like these flavors. We have this Nespresso machine here in the studio, and Charlie's been getting all these different flavors, and I like to start with just black, nothing in it, strong black coffee, and then as I go into my second and third cup, which I really shouldn't have three, I will go to the flavored coffees, and then maybe later in the day iced coffee. But my cardiologist says that's just fine. Okay, I have other problems to worry about. So let's see. I'm going to keep looking at these numbers as we get closer to when it's safer to start taking these consolidating trades. You just got to be patient, guys. Maybe some of you are making money. I know I get lots of emails about it. If you haven't gotten a response to your email about me helping you on a one-on-one Zoom. I used to be president of something that's called BNI, and they used to call it a one-on-one. Yeah, one-on-one, and then somebody thought that was politically incorrect to use that verbiage, so now it's been changed to one-to-one. So I try to use that phrase, one-to-one, but I was president of that for a while. But anyway, one-to-one, Zoom with you. Remember to email the professor. There's emails on this channel under the information of this channel. Ask that you want that. I know a lot of you have not received your emails in response yet because there's been a lot of people that everybody's going to get taken care of. I'm going to schedule. I'm going to be going to Mexico first. They're still setting up the platform so that we can Zoom through you individually, and you get because there's going to be a forum. You have to it's not that serious, but I mean, I want to get the most out of these meetings with you to try to help you trade based on, remember, I'm not licensed. So the first thing will be a huge disclaimer, so you need to be responsible for your own stuff. But it's going to be more along the lines of how can I help you where you having a problem, so we can use the 45 minutes to hour session to the best advantage to help you trade better. So if you are interested in that, getting in on those Zoom calls, you have to email and ask, and then be patient. I'm sorry it's taken a while. You're probably just going to get a basic response like, we received it, so you're not worried. And then later when we're set up, after I get back from Mexico and we get all the technology put in to do this, because I kind of jumped the gun, then we'll reach out to you sometime, probably in March, if I had to guess. So don't lose all your money before I can try to diagnose what's going on. So again, I'm not going to try to sell myself because I'm not licensed to do anything. All I can do is take my experience from trading and what you see me do every day here, and then try to apply it to what I see. Sometimes you can't see yourself, what's going on. You need somebody else to say, hey, why did you take that trade there? What were you thinking? So I can see it's rejecting here. It's broken past the 74.50 for a second. I love this to go right back up here, because then we will have channeling, guys. This is a good look right now if it doesn't just break low, and it's not. So I think this is going to be tradable here. This looks like this is tradable. There's the MACD sending it down. It did just what it said, that white arrow kind of covering up the market magnet arrow. We're right at the magnet. Perfect level to call this. Let me just make sure we're moving enough. See, let's take it. Yeah, there it was, 10 cents in a split second. So we are getting the movement that we need to do a scalp and recoil here. This should continue to go up based on this. So we'll watch this go up because that just lit up as it was going up. So let's see if it does, the Scalp Pro does what it says it's supposed to do. And right now it's not, but give it a second. next candle, and there it goes. So, well, I don't know. Wasn't definitive, that's for sure. We're right at the VWAP, the 9 moving average and the 20 right there. This is great. We have a lot to help us decide which way to go. So I'm going to zero in on this one for now and see if we can make some coin here. I'm going to go ahead and do 100 shares. What's my max to not margin this? 200, yeah. So I can average in once. So we'll look to go short off this level, depending on how it hits it. Went all the way up here to 75. I'm zeroing in on the level 2 right now, guys. I'm trying to see. It seems like it faded before it hit the 50 cents. So a lot of opportunities to take $5 and $10 trades, $15 trades there that I could have already taken. And the way that it's moving, that might be what I want to do. Okay, so it's breaking that. I don't want to see it break 75 cents. So see, there was already a 20-cent trade right there. If I'd gone in, now almost a 50-cent trade. So that did just what we wanted to do. Okay, so let's go. Since we're long bias, let's look to do the dip. This seems to be the level, 75. Is this going to dip? I'm going to try to get in there. I got 4. That was higher than I wanted. Still on the way down, so we might get hurt for a minute first. I'm not going to get greedy here if it gives me a good first trade. Now it goes back up. There we go. Wow. That was a nice, I should have got out on market there. There we go, 25 bucks. That was a good first trade. It did just what it's supposed to do. Now we want to see it go down off of this. 48, 49, 54. I'm going to try to get in. I got in at 59. I'll buy the bid to get out again as long as it's, you know what? I'm just going to get out on market if it does a big pop. Uh-oh, don't want to see that. So it broke a new high here. So it's breaking channels. So we should have got out already. All right, so I need a dip here. Oh man, yeah. Buy sell oscillators turning it around. So it did make a move. So it broke its consolidation, and I'm unfortunately I should be long biased. So I'm going to look to this ATR as a potential level to reject it, but I'm already down pretty big here. Yeah, it broke out right at. I should have been long biased. Should have just kept to trading long biased is what I should have done. But it looked like it was channeling so nicely there that I went for it. And now I'm trying to figure out, do I double down and go 200 shares on a rejection up here of the ATR, or is it just going to break through that and then really hurt me? So that could be a real pain up there. I'm at 59, so it's a whole buck off right now. I'd like to see a rejection here so I can get out of this move. Had a good first trade and then got hurt on this one. I'm not hurt yet, but I don't know how much more I want to hold this into. If it doesn't really reject here, I should probably just lick my wounds and get out. Come back and trade. Okay, there's a reversal sign. There's a rickshaw man. So that's a good sign for me that maybe it will go back down. This candle kind of says it all, whatever way this goes. I want to get out if it goes up, and it's going up. How much pain do I take here? You know, the second I get out of this position, it's going to go straight down, right? So we're waiting it out. Feels more like gambling right now because it's not. I don't have anything to read here to tell me it's going to go down. So, just that what goes up must come down. Kind of the great thing about large and mega caps is they give you many opportunities to retrace the situation here. So, That's what I'm looking for here now. There's my day over here. Here's my open trade here. Kind of like to get green for the day before I get out, but boy, it's not looking pretty here. I want to be long biased is what I want to do. I want to get out and be long biased. And I'm just going to get out for a $37 loss. It looks like it's about to go right back up, so I got out. So that was a bad trade. I lost whatever that was, 50 bucks, I think. And then it does that. You knew it was good. There it goes. Okay. So now I'm looking for, I think I only want to trade this long. I don't want to do the shorts anymore on this. So I know better when there's a bias to get, caught the wrong way. It just broke that channel right when I got in it. It looked like it was I wanted it to bang off of there, and instead it just really never even gave me a single chance to go green once it broke it. It was like, wow. It took me way out of position immediately. So then I waited because it's like too big to fail, and then I got hurt. You guys have all been there. So now I'm going to recover. That's what we're going to do. And I've got to stop myself from going short. I can't remember what MU was. Am I red for the day? No. Okay. I'm green for the day, but it's not something that's good that I have to go check that. All right, green for the day. Stop. Yeah, that ATR should be a rejection. Yes, somebody said that I was OCD with the charts. I am OCD. Think about it. It's like I'm like an MC. I got to fill time while we sit here and wait for boring trades. Got to look at things from different angles sometimes, guys. But more likely is you learn a certain way, you feel comfortable that way, and you don't want to change it. So down here, anywhere around 75.50, I would go long on which used to be the ceiling, and now I'd call that the floor. And then the point of no return would be a whole dollar down, 74.50. Seems to be stopping at the 76 though, so I'm not sure it's going to give me opportunity way down there, but let's see. Missed a couple of good scalps here already on this little banging up and banging down. Now this should be easy to read here, so let's just calm down and get some money here, because this should be easy to read. Talking to myself. There we go. 88, 79. Do I wait? I'm not going to wait. I've got in at 76, and I'm going to wait for it to go back up. So is it going to go down and keep going to the 50 cent, which would have been my perfect entry, but you miss it sometimes when you wait. So now this one I would add to, because I'm going to do it long bias. So where's our open here? We opened like about right here. What did we open at, guys? 74.92. That's close enough. There's our open. That would be a good spot to add to the position. Or as it starts to go up here would be a good spot. I need a definitive it's going up before I just pile on to a losing trade. And then we'll wait this out. I can swing 200 shares without worrying about margin. It's messing with us. I see it break 75. All right, there's a turnaround sign right there. So let's see if we can catch this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go in there. So I'm at 66. It's turning around, so I didn't want to miss it. You can see how the sellers just totally dropped off with the volume. So now we want to see the volume spike up with the buyers and make some good money here. See if we can get this green on this trade. Getting a little greedy by waiting for that much, but I think it's very, very possible that that's what's going to happen. It's got a tweezer move on the 5-minute happening. Now, this is all I would love to add to this. I got to be truthful with you, but I'm sticking to what I can do on this account without having to use margin. I think it's 43K, I think it is. Charlie told me. So we'll... Oops. So if I'd taken that 28 bucks, I'd be happier right now. Because it is starting to... Okay, but the magnet's going to pull up. See this coming in? So watch this pop up. It's going to be a springboard to send this up. There it goes. All right, so give it a second, and then we should have some buyer sentiment. It's hitting the VWAP now. This is pulling back, which is good. This is giving it support. And we want to go up. The VWAP should be giving it support. Is it not listening to me? Oh my God, guys, come on. I don't really have an exit for me. You guys should have a max loss. I think this will turn around, so I'm going to hold this for a bit. I might even switch stocks while I hold this. But right now, well, hopefully it just recovers right now. I don't want to see it go past the open, because then I might be holding it for the day. It really should have gone up there, so I'm kind of a little perturbed about that. That the data said it should go up. So that's your edge, is to read that data. Right now, our target range is high or low than, it's 31 down and 23 up. There we go. So this is also going to send it up because it more jumped on as it was going up. So I'm not alone in thinking that this price should go up. Went all the way down to 73.50 in the open here, which would be a painful 74.50 there. Yeah, that would be a painful trade for me. A couple $100 down if it went down that low. Oh no, $400 down. Yeah, because I'm 200 shares now. Oops. Waiting it out. I'm going to wait out for the recovery. Not worried about these numbers, but you should have a max loss. I was so confident that it was going to go up over here that I didn't take like a $30 profit, which is normally just fine for this scalp and recoil. So, I got confident. Otherwise, I'd be in a whole different position here. And I can't add, which is what I'd love to do. So here we are. I could go take a look at another stock and set this on the ladder. Okay, is this the, it went to the open. Is this when we're gonna, nope, it's rejecting lower than the open, so. Is there new news on this? Ouch. Come on, guys. We go for $100 and we're down $230 here. Follow your max loss. Hopefully you're all out by now and not going down this rabbit hole with me. Mark this. It's going to make a new low here and really hurt me. Really surprised NVIDIA is just this low generally. I mean, makes no sense. You know, the stock is by the end of the year is going to probably be like 250 or something. Okay, this could be a big hit. Might be swinging this. All right, let's take a look at this. So we're at 75.66. Our ATR is at 77. Let's do a reasonable way we're assured to get out at this point. So I'll do really, yeah, I'll do it right there. So that's not much profit, but I'm not sure it's going to go all the way up there. So I'm just going to try to set that while we look elsewhere. And look for a recovery coming up, which I do think it will do today, but I don't know if it's going to go much higher today. So what do we do here? This is 484. I mean, you know, it's possible that it goes up that high. If it keeps dropping off, then this could get pretty painful for me to swing, but I can swing into it if I had to much later. So all right, so we'll go look at something else, guys. I hope you're not stuck in that. Let me take a look here. MU's all the way up to 377. Google did turn around and went crazy. So that's a biased. That stock we can be long biased on. I ended up going long biased on NVIDIA, and then it just went straight down right after I did that. Okay, so Google's coming back. So we might have some consolidating here. Let's take a look at this first. Okay, so it definitely has the movement. I have NVIDIA up here to watch on the scanner, 173.71 right now. And I've got to get it up to 75, like 86 or something, right? So it's starting to climb up slowly, but so I'll keep an eye on that. I'm not sure the sound effect will go off if I make the sale. Oh, we're right at the 50. So it kind of did its move. This would have been great in here, right? But now we breached it, so it's a little worrisome to get into this I mean, it might have overplayed its hand here. Yeah, I can't trade this right now. This has to turn around and go back and forth before we can trade it. Wow, this is continuing to go up. Let me take a look at MU here. This is where I have some money. It will not make up for what's going on in NVIDIA. Oh no, it went back down. I read that wrong. Ouch. No, we're not going to touch that. Okay, why don't we think outside the box a little bit for ones we might not normally go to. Okay, so Intel has only moved like 20 cents. Palantir is right even money. SMCI is even money. NVO is even money again. Netflix is even. IREN is even. Hood is even. Wow. No trades here. Uber even. These are all on the scanners here. So I can pull this down on the next one down and we can read it. So I look across, you know, the open and then the mark to see if we have movement. So Google had movement, now it's going down again. So we have to, that needs to consolidate. And then this one's down. We could try to short it, but I don't know. Here's the other alphabet here. So AMD is continuing to hurt me on my swing. It's not great news for me today. This one's down. You see, just look these two numbers. You can see. Is there anything? There we go. Oh, MU. Yeah, we looked at that already. Oh, what's this one then? Let's see. Let's take a look at that. It's cheap enough. Thickly traded. Let me see if we get movement here. Yes, we do. Spread's pretty big. This one looks slightly scary. If you get, you know, for the scalp and recoil. So it's going back down. Yeah, Nvidia's hurting me more, I'm noticing. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is doing the same thing. Everything just, it was going up, and then the whole market just started going down. So unfortunately, I grabbed a position right before that happened. This is starting to slow up a bit here. Get off those 200 shares. So I can do about the same amount of shares on this as I could have on NVIDIA without having to worry about margin. But I couldn't hold them both into the overnight move if I got stuck, you know. So now I have more parameters. I can't swing this on this account without paying fees if I'm holding it. We're not talking about calling in a margin or anything, but not on these low share size. But you know, I just don't like to get into those positions. So I made this account small on purpose just so I wouldn't do that. Okay, so this is a good sign. This should pull the magnet down with this volume coming in. So going short up here might be the way to go. We've got a pretty big spread here. How fast is this really moving? There's a lot of trades in here waiting in the pike. Magnet should pull down. Let me get a look at this. Hope this isn't going to be one of those days. 86. Looking for the 135 even. Wow, it hit that in a split second and popped by it. Knocking it. MACD just sent it up too, so I'm going to wait a minute before I go short, that's for sure. Here, the VWAP may stop it. Right around 27 cents. Look at the ask and see if we're getting a... Hit the 20 for a second. Broke the VWAP, hit the 20. MACD's still hard, sending it up. It's going to reject. I kind of want to get a feel for this, which I do not have right now. It's moving pretty slowly. Wow, Nvidia's continuing to pound me worse. Now it's down to 172.90. I hate to even look at what that is. We'll have to try to come back on that today, trading something else. So it hasn't been as good as the last 3 days here. Been having trouble. Started out okay, and then that NVIDIA kind of crushed me. Wow, there it goes. So now 35.50. So that could have been a recoil right there. Target 135. So the target price on this is 135. It says it right here on the news. Right at the level. It kind of breached this channel, so feeling a little gun shy here. Man, it must be another bad day on the market here, because I'm just looking at everything going down. Everything's in the red. You can see here the pulse, even the bonds, which is not normal. Fear high. Wow, it's still climbing. Glad I didn't go short. Take a look at Benzinga on this. You guys reading that news? So I kind of like this stock, so I'm thinking about it here. Oop, it rejected off the 136. I'm taking a look to maybe make a short here. Wow, it's a very tight spread. I might be able to get in and just... Oh, there it goes back up. Having trouble getting a bead on this. Yeah, I kind of missed that move. It's, well, it's only down 75 cents from its... I mean, there's enough to read this right here. I'm just gun shy, I got to tell you. See, the VWAP is holding it. The 9's there. Sellers started to go down. Nope. Selling was the way to go. Wow, look at that drop, huh? Look at that drop. Now I'd like to see it come down here before I go long, right in this area. I'd go long off of that, particularly off the 34 if it ever got there, but probably won't. It's really not moving that much because these are 50-cent channels. 35 turned it around. And some people would call this a bull flag. You know, that's the pole. Here's the flag. But it really went down below half. No, those would be dumb people. I don't want to be one of the dumb people. Ah, NVIDIA, stop going down. Oh my God. And normally what I do just to bail out of this is I'll go Tesla, really risky. It's way down. Tesla's way down, 388. And then just scalp my way out real quick, 200 to 400 shares, and just get green for the day. But that's not what you guys can do or should do. So I'm trying to stay real here for everybody. But I am going into a swing, which I told, you know, hopefully you've been watching, you know that's what I do. When things, from my strategy is immediate if the trade goes against you to go into a swing, so. Really not a good trading day, just looking at stuff here. AMD's down to 193. Tesla's still going down. MU is now down from its open. What the heck's going on? Is that the job report, guys? Okay, so that's adding to the fear. So I'm reading the news, guys. I'm just $50,000 jobs, fewer than expected. No, that's January 9th. That's not right. Why can't I get this news? Oh no, that's right. That is the date. Is that? No, this is February, guys. Yeah. Anyway, we are getting what I want to happen here. So let me zoom back in on this. See, NVIDIA is starting to go back up, thank God. Not really fast or anything, but see if we can make some money on this one. 136 would be a ceiling at this point. And then right around this level, I smooth sort of a floor before the 134.50 level. I don't really trade this stock normally, so I don't have the best feel for it. So I'm just totally going off the data. Short-term historical data. That's what I've got here. Went right up. It's not moving much either, so could really do 100 shares here, I think, no problem. Go back up NVIDIA. There you go. You got a ways to go for me. Do have another session I have to trade. I'd love to dig us out prior to that, but it doesn't look likely. So 36, wait for that. This is right in the middle where I don't want to go unless this becomes the new ceiling and floor down here. Right at the magnet. Very slow here. Very slow to take a trade in here. It's going to go up higher now. Or is this data just not working with this stock? That's really weird because that was higher right when it was going up. So it did not send it up. So you know, they don't work every time, but when they don't work, you got to wonder like what's going on here. Give it a minute. I mean, it did go all the way to 50 cents for a split second there. Is there anything that's moving better here than this? AMD's still slowly creeping down. Tesla's still going down. MU's coming back. MU might be worth looking. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go short there. Let's see if we can get an actual trade here. I would average in more at 36. I called that the top. Maybe I should have waited for the 36. Question is, there's already my recoil. I'm kind of waiting for a bigger move, but I should probably just take that. 23 bucks. Start to dig me out. It just seemed to be stopping here, so. That's how we're supposed to be trading, just what happened there. That's a buy-sell oscillator saying you're not going to go higher than that. Turned it around right here, too. Usually I use those to get out of a trade more than get into a trade, though. I would tend to wait for the 136 at this point. We're pretty close there on the ask. To go short, I mean. I could sell the ask, and it just might not get picked up. Nope, it faded off that level again. Just taking forever. This is the boring part of trading, is to wait for the right move. Yeah, as it was, I kind of pressed it by going in on that level. Should have waited for this level. And AMD is still going down. Ouch on my swing. These are the days you get hurt some days, and you just gotta, bear with it. Trading can be hard, guys. It's tempting to go in at the 35, but it broke way lower. Seeing the sellers drop here. Buyers going, oh, I was just getting ready to go in, then that happened. $0.04 spread got everything slowing down is what's happening. Current volume just increased. Did it increase to go down or did it increase to go up? Yep, that was already the recoil. We missed it. Could have got in right around 135, went up 17 cents. Wouldn't have been a great trade, but it would have been a trade. I mean, I could get in any one of these, and long or short, and make the money, because it is retracing consistently here. So I guess I'll look to do that on the 50 cent again. If it gets up there. I'm looking at the ask right now to see if we get a push up there. Oh, good. Nvidia's going a little higher. All right, I'll try that. Can you pick me up at 97? Okay, I got it 97. So do one of these retracings. So there's the buy-sell oscillator sending it back up. We want to see it go back up. We want to see a retracing here. See how it's making a flat bottom here, so we're hoping it doesn't decide to break it now. But if it does, you have kind of these levels to keep me honest if it keeps going. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a bigger move down than I wanted. Boy, things are just problematic today, huh? Some days it's just so easy to call these, and other days it gets a little tricky. But there's usually a way out, it's harder some days than others. So whatever you're trading, I hope it's easier than what's going on with me right here. Yeah, because it's another big drop in Nvidia right after it moved up 50 cents. It went back down with 200 shares. That's $100 more for me negative. So it's here we go, guys. Come on. You're showing signs of going back up. 80%. Very slow, like molasses here. I get impatient, want to add to the position, and ouch. Will that level hold it? What is that level based on? Nothing important. That was a smoothing level. I'm going to get rid of that. That's a false level. I don't want it. It didn't respect it, so. This one, the 15 or right around 34, I would be more inclined to think of as a level. There's the bottom of the magnet right here too. Yeah, so we opened way down here and MACD sent it up. really kind of the bottom of this channel here. We don't want to see it break it. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Just having trouble calling these today, guys. All this time for such tiny amounts of money, too. Do not see this. This really needs to come up off this level here. We should just take the hit. Which is not much right now, but it could get really bad if we're not careful here, so. So let's see if the market magnet turns it around here. There's the bottom. Nope. And there's the level that I was talking about that I don't want to see it break on the bid. It's 15 cents. This is already one below it, 3 below it. Now it's coming back up. That's kind of, I kind of smoothed the level there. It's not, you know, shouldn't be wicked respected. It did hit it and turn around, but not by much. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's it's. Everybody sees that and says, "Let's go long." Kind of based on its previous moves, very, very short-term historical data. Oh, the magnet just pulled down. Didn't want to see that. That's too bad. That's gonna push it down, guys. So yeah. I'm gonna call this at $100. If it gets down to $100, I'm gonna get out. I know I can recover from this pretty easily still, so I'm just I might have to come back for the other session to do it, which I will record. Yeah, it's just it breached that line too. So oh, there we go. It's a reprieve. I literally feel like I'm at a casino right now. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. I mean, this was a level, but it's got to get up here for me. Nope. Making a nice gravestone there. You're not going to suck me into getting more than the $100, I can tell you that. You're not going to tease me into holding this. I hear you. This might seem like a lot of money to some people, so I'm taking it very seriously. There we go, 91. Yeah, it breached that level, so it's just not. There it goes back up again. Right at the bottom of the magnet now, it's giving it support. These are no jokes, these levels, so you know I'm reading the data that those arrows are saying you need to turn around here, and you know, it's nice to see that it's actually, this is almost green for the day again on this trade, but not quite. So I just have to worry about NVIDIA if this one turns green, and I have to go to the other. I have to go to the other session, guys, soon here. So I'm hoping that I can make this trade green before we get out. Make it. So past the 9, it's up at the 20. It's showing a recovery here. Can this candle be green? MACD's sending it up. That's a good sign. So let's get that set up, Mr. MACD. There you go. Now we're going to get some actual profit here. It broke the 20 moving average. EMA. So here's our VWAP. Here's my price. There's my entry price. Green for the day, but kind of like to make money on this trade. We just held through some $90 down. Would have been great if I had doubled down there, right? Because then I'd have a nice profit here. But here we go. I'm definitely not going to get greedy here. I'll try to get that. It's 54 bucks there. Okay. So I've got 100 and something in the pike if it wasn't for the swing, which is, I guess I should just take a look at how bad that is so you all can see, right? We're going to go ahead and look at what I'll go over here. So that was on NVIDIA. $700. See, there you go. That's the real pain. I do believe this is going to come back, but this is shocking that it's this low. So when you're doing $100 a day, that's a whole week gone, and it's riding, you know. So that's not cool at all. So I'll ride that for the day at least, and I can ride it longer because I designed it that way where I could hold it without margining. Oh, look at that. It held at the ATR, turned around. Nice to see that it actually respected a level. It's got a long way to go back up. Well, not really. It's got like $4, but the way this stock grinds, that's some painful stuff right there. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna hit this other session, but then I will record my attempt to bail out of this with other stocks on an additional session. So look for the recap. I'm not sure when I can come in and do that today, but I will try to come back to this low share size account and do something with it so it doesn't end up red on Trader View, which I will show everybody the overall for the week. Just really grinding back and forth, huh? I would normally add right here is what I would do, but I can't do that and still stay true to this account. So that was my deal. I'm not going to do that. So, okay, guys, I will catch up with you soon. Hopefully you didn't get caught in that and you made money on the other trades I did. And yeah, so look for the recap, and I'll see you in the morning otherwise. Thanks for participating. I hope you did okay. Go green out there. Hey guys, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. As you can see, NVIDIA came back. I was able to get out for just a negative of $35. I think I did add like 10 shares, my total maximum to get out of this move. Overall for the day, I got a couple others. I got MU was 75. I think you saw QCOM, and then I did a little tiny bit on Tesla. So ended up with 120. So not too bad. You know, made our goal of at least $100, but there was a bit of drama there with some risking some higher shares. You know, some bigger losses potentially. So hopefully you guys didn't get caught up in that. You know, I definitely was trying every trick in the book to take this, and it came to close to almost my exact position, but I got out. I think I might have got out over on this one a little while ago, or maybe even here. I don't know, because I added 10 shares. But anyway, I wasn't going to get greedy, and I'm glad I didn't, because it just barely dropped right below my position, and now it's still doing its thing. So I just wanted to get out of that move. Misjudged the move on all the chip stocks, but overall was able to get out of it by scalping techniques and basically using the scalp and recoil. But I did hold this into a much bigger negative than I intended to in any way, shape, or form. It's very hard to come back from that kind of a negative if the stock didn't come back by using the scalp and recoil, because I'm keeping my share size down to where I don't go into margin. So like NVIDIA was 210 shares, Tesla only 100 shares. You know, and the other ones along that, if they're priced the same way. So I have to take a lot of trades because I don't want to ride it for a long time with that lowest share size. So really my sweet spot, other than where you see the demonstration RV strategy videos where you're really seeing the best of what could happen by reading the future, my sweet spot's kind of 200 to 400 shares max to do the scalp and recoil. If you feel comfortable enough to do that, that's what I would suggest to do. You could have bailed out of that losing position way quicker without it even waiting for it to come back by using a different, going to a different stock and using that same strategy. Notice that as it gets on past 11 or noon, it's even easier to do the scalp and recoil because everything is just churning at a level. And I just saw that real quick here, and I thought, geez, maybe we ought to try a little later time. Take a brief look here if you're still with me, and let's just take a look at something here. So let's try, let's see, what stocks did I trade? Let's go over to Tesla, okay, and see what that looks like right now.